It's hard not to be a fan of a credit card that gives you more while saving you money every single day. The Illini Visa Rewards Card, available only through U of I Community Credit Union.
Welcome back to the Thursday walkthrough. Martin O'Donnell here with Coach Lovie Smith. Coach, last week against Nebraska, saw some new faces out there. And so how important is it for you, and I'd imagine these guys are seeing it, that, you know, if you work hard in practice and you do the things you're asked to do, you're going to have an opportunity to play?
Well, Martin, I think it's very important for us all, of course, coaches, players, our team. And it's about production. Each week you go into a game and you look at your best options to win the football game. And if you work hard in practice and you prove you deserve an opportunity to play in the game, normally you get that chance. And that's what has happened. We have some players that have been working hard, and not just in practice last week, but throughout. And they got an opportunity and took advantage of it. Reggie Corbin is a perfect example. Kendrick Foster. Mm-hmm. These are guys that, again, they've done things we liked, and we saw that in the game.
Well, and one person on the team that's really taken advantage of every opportunity given him so far is Chase McLaughlin, the kicker. Yeah. And last week going 3 for 3 against Nebraska, actually going 4 for 4 because he had to re-kick on one. How helpful is it to be able to finish those drives with points, and how much confidence do you have in him right now?
A lot of confidence in him, and there are moments you're going to call on the kicker, and he has a job to go out and put it through the upright, and he did that. He gave us momentum, going right in, at the half. But he's been that way. When we initially got here, didn't know a whole lot about him, but we let the competition begin, and daily seemed like he showed us something that we liked, and we're counting on him, and for good reason.
Well, and another group that you've really seemed to be counting on a lot this season has really been the corners, and I'll throw the nickelback Chris James in there as well. And I think when you first came, you got a lot of questions about the Tampa 2 and cover 2, mm-hmm. and you were pretty clear that, well, we're going to be playing man a lot on the back end. And how would you evaluate how those guys have done in terms of the man-to-man defense, facing some really good receiving crews here over the past 3 weeks, and certainly more quality ones up ahead?
I think we've done a good job. And of course, we're always looking for a better job, but we ask a lot. I think playing the cornerback position is one of the hardest positions there is to play in football. Most of the time you're going backwards, and mm-hmm. Maybe the best athletes on the field are coming forward, and you happen to be able. You mentioned man coverage. It's a misnomer a little bit that we play cover 2 every snap. Whether we have success on defense or not, pass coverage is based on how we play man coverage, and there are times when you can't help a corner out. It's a one-on-one battle outside, and we won our share of those, but we're still looking for more production, from that position.
Well, and I've heard it said that a good cornerback kind of has to have the mentality of a closing pitcher in baseball. Just got to be able to play the next play. Is the mental aspect of it that important for them to be able to put one play aside if it didn't go well and be able to step up and play man the next day?
And you can say that for most positions, but at corner, absolutely. Because and for you, some positions through the course of the game, you may not be under the gun, mm-hmm. but normally corner is right, early and right to the end of the game. Teams are throwing at you. And as I say it, you can't help them out sometimes. It's just them having to make a play. You can help out with a better pass rush and things
sure.
like that, but it's going to come down to just that. And there's a lot we ask from our corners too. It's just not, man coverage. We expect our corners to tackle. Mm-hmm. That's a big part of it also. It's just not playing the pass. And ball skills. It's one thing. You're not going to get a whole lot of opportunities. But when you do get an opportunity, you need to be able to catch the ball. Darius Mosley, of course, was able to do that last week. That interception right before the half really put us in good shape.
Mm-hmm. Well, and as we look this week against Purdue, it's the first trophy game You're playing here at Illinois, and obviously you've coached in a lot of rivalry games throughout your career. You know, Bears, Packers, obviously being one of those that's put up there. But Illinois and Purdue has been a very competitive, very good rivalry for a long time. How much do you emphasize that to the team, and just knowing that, hey, this is it's a border battle in terms of Illinois versus a school from the state of Indiana? Is there more emphasis put on that in game week?
I think there should be a big emphasis placed on rivalry games. And you mentioned, Bears, Packers, but I'm going to go back, my high school, Big Sandy, Wynona. So Purdue, of course, University of Illinois, that is one. It means a lot to our team, to have the cannon here. And it means quite a bit for us to be able to keep it for a couple of years. So yes, we talk about that quite a bit. And normally, as you see how good a player is, one of the areas I always look at is how do you play in those rivalry games? Because there's a lot of emotion involved in it. And you need to be at your best, and that normally tells you what type of player you have.
Well, and rivalry games, obviously you're playing them a lot, and sometimes familiarity with a different opponent or playing against the same guy for a couple of years, that can breed some of that additional motivation for the guys on the field.
It really can. And when you're in your conference too, you don't need a whole lot of motivation, and we're close. And I just know this year, I also like playing rivalry games, like all games at home. So again, just can't wait. We're two teams that both need to get a win, and we need to be at our best this week.
Well, Coach, I thank you for your time, and thanks for stopping by the Thursday walkthrough.
Thank you.